Thank you for checking out crypto.chartguys.com, the source for technical analysis in the cryptocurrency world. We are proud to announce our own crypto alert system designed to give you the most critical technical trading information possible no matter where you are. Keep your eyes on the market with mobile or email alerts for MACD crosses, RSI levels, and even inside bar alerts for dozens of coins across multiple exchanges. New features and proprietary ChartGuys indicators are already in development. Our alert system is very easy to customize and utilize, so don't hesitate to sign up for the most effective crypto trading tool on the market at crypto.chartguys.com. Hello crypto friends, hope you're doing well. We're going to be looking at just the big three today, a little bit of a shorter video as there's not a ton to update on, but we're in the pattern that we're looking for. We have the equilibrium on the daily time frame. I love it because it's going to give us a nice clear break, and it also gives us some days of chilling out. So today I knew that essentially today, if I didn't want to be trying to make a bull move, which there were some small trades in there, but at this point I've already decided I'm not making any more trades until we break this pattern one way or the other. So I'm just patiently waiting, and I know I don't have to be staring at the screen, and the tighter we get, I will eventually want to put in some stop buy orders, because once the bulls do show up, it's going to be a very quick break, and we could very easily see a $400 to $500 move over the next half dozen hours once that break does occur. So I do want to get in on that break. We're just not there yet. We're just still tightening. So our higher low was found yesterday. This is Bitcoin with our lines already drawn out, the equilibrium pattern of the high of the bull move, low of consolidation, lower high, higher low, and we're going to look to form a lower high right now. And just visually, I'd say 9,300 would be right about that point. Anything under 9,512 is a lower high. So even if we get up to 9,450, while the break will then favor the bulls from that point forward because they have shown so much strength, it will still not be a break. So at this point, it's 9,512 that has to break for the bulls, but I am anticipating the need for another lower high to form before we do get this break. And we'll also need another higher low as well. So just patiently waiting for me personally. And another reason that I'm waiting is because the odds of this weekly chart forming a lower high and needing to consolidate are pretty high. That is definitely weighing on my analysis and my decision here. After a month of green in a row, we could pull back for even just 2 weeks, form a higher low, and then see continuation. That's what the bulls want to see to change the trend. If we do see continuation right now, I will not be looking for as much momentum and power, again, because the bulls have already used up a lot of that in the last month. So you can almost view it like, the bulls charging themselves up, taking a breather to have another leg up. So that's what we happened here at the bottom. The tighter we got, trading sideways, everything reaching an equilibrium. This is the bulls taking a breather. They explode. Every time we consolidate, we take a breather, and we can see another strong push forward after that. So that's why I would rather see a tight pattern and then a break to give a very clear signal that everybody acts on, rather than bulls seeing a move getting overextended. For example, if we were just to go straight up and break 11,775, that would be a much less comfortable break than if we do form this higher low and then break resistance. So that's where we stand on Bitcoin. We just saw another leg up, healthy consolidation, 4-hour inside bars. So again, there is trades to be had here. The 4-hour inside bars alert would have gone out breaking at 9,137, and we ran right up to 9,251. So scalping, or making trades for $100 in Bitcoin is definitely worthwhile if you are positioned well to do so. So I, again, am just taking a breather, and we'll get this break when it happens, likely on Friday, the way things are setting up. Friday or Saturday is when I'm looking for this break, but obviously it could happen really any moment. So let's go on to Ethereum, which is a little bit stronger. So again, let's just let's draw these lines again. So we are looking at the same thing because we need to compare these daily charts and go over how Ethereum continuously shows us more strength. So here we are right around the middle of the range, a little bit less than the middle by about $100. And we look at Ethereum, it's at the top of the range, almost ready for a bull break. So in my opinion, Ethereum will likely break first. We just have to be cautious, because if Ethereum breaks bullish and then Bitcoin sets its lower high and begins to consolidate still within the pattern, that's a bit of a red flag, because if Bitcoin were to break bearish, Ethereum is going to get dragged down as well. It's just not as weak. So we have our high, low, lower high, higher low, still looking for that lower high, but we're real close to that 690, 671 resistance. We got within $8 of that resistance at the high of today. So have to keep an eye on things and note that it is not a clear bull signal on Ethereum, but it would only lean, if Ethereum breaks bullish, clearly it's going to lean in favor of potentially the Bitcoin bulls breaking bullish as well. So 4-hour time frame for Ethereum, inside bar bull break, not a ton of follow through. You can see the inside bar bull break for Bitcoin had a little bit more follow through, so maybe playing some catch up already, but just patiently waiting. And once we lose, if we lose this level of 667.23, we'll know our daily higher or daily lower high is very likely set at that point if we lose this support level. Same with Bitcoin. 4-hour time frame, if we lose that low of consolidation, 9,012, then we'll look for our daily lower high to be in. So I'm going to sneak BCH in here just to go over the break that already occurred on the daily time frame, and then we'll get to Litecoin right after it. But just wanted to point out that we had our break, but this is an example of a scenario where it's not the ideal break, and I'll tell you why. We have our high, low, lower high, higher, low, and we just broke resistance of 1,479. And you can see we got up and broke it by $6, but where's the follow through? And the answer is the bulls have used up a lot of their momentum. This 4-hour time frame has been bouncing all day, and we've gone from 1270 up to 1470. We've already gone over 10% today. So the bulls used up a lot of their momentum. So we know that if Bitcoin breaks its equilibrium bullish, Bitcoin Cash, BCH, is set up to benefit even more so and break out even more strongly and more clear. We're forming a 4-hour healthy consolidation pattern. It's almost like the bulls are just waiting here for everybody else to catch up, but we have our high, low, lower high, higher low, lower high. So a nice hourly equilibrium to be watching right now, this 15-minute time frame. You can see it more clearly. And if we get a bull break and see continuation, then again, this is the leader right now of these 4 names that we're looking at. Ethereum would be number 2, and Ethereum not quite there just yet, but also showing some strength. So just wanted to point that out. The reason we're not getting this kind of, strong follow through on the clear signal is that the bulls have already run a bit, and we don't have the correlation to Bitcoin with all these algos and bots buying just yet. When we have the tight clear levels and we get the clear bull break with the follow through behind it, it's humans, it's algos, it's bots, it's everybody looking in the same direction, and we don't have that right now because we're seeing a bit of a premature break. But definitely worth keeping an eye on, as there is opportunity here. Litecoin on the daily time frame is right about at the middle of the range. So key resistance is 156.39 and our higher low is 142.73. Same pattern, and looking for that break. Look at the volume drop off. We're going to see a volume spike when that break does happen. 4-hour time frame, inside bar bull break, nice follow through for the Litecoin bulls. And we're going to be keeping an eye on Litecoin just because, again, like I said, the correlation will change. Remember, Ethereum was the dog for over a month, and now it's been the strongest name for a month. So they are constantly changing, and I don't have a doubt that at some point, again, Litecoin will be the strongest name out of the big 3. Even if it only lasts for a day or two, it will happen. So it is something to just keep an eye out for. So those are the ranges that we're watching on all the big 3. Again, pretty straightforward. Put these charts up, get the daily chart on, get the levels that you're watching. You can even write the levels down and have them right in front of your screen on a piece of paper, so it's nice and easy to remember, and establish your game plan. Now is the time where we have a bit of a breather where we can establish our game plan. If we break bullish, I'm going to market order all in. If we break bullish, I'm going to half order all in and then enter the other half on our first consolidation. If we break bearish, I'm going to short XYZ, whoever. These are the game plans we need to have established, so we're not scrambling and trying to make a decision when the break happens. We're ready to execute the game plan, and we just act like a robot and press the buttons that make our game plan follow through. So oftentimes that's the hard part, where people have some difficulty executing, but it just takes a whole lot of practice and discipline. It's just discipline. We have to follow the game plan. If you're not able to follow the game plan and you keep changing it, that's obviously a red flag, and we need to work on that. And it's just continued practice and get that robot inside you going. So I hope you all have good things. I appreciate you all watching. A little bit of a shorter video today. Let's do a free course. So comment on the video and we'll choose someone to get a free course. We'll choose someone randomly and we'll choose someone. I do read all the comments, so do something good. So for today's wrap up and little lesson, I want to talk about not judging books by their covers, and obviously applying to people, everything. Don't judge situations by what they look like. Here's a member picture that was sent to me, and this is a member studying technical analysis at work. So, and this reminded me of the last time I was where I currently am at in Florida. I was in line waiting for coffee, and some old guy started telling me to get a job because of the length of my hair. So it's just a reminder that things are not always what they seem. And again, this ties back to technical analysis and charts as well, where we cannot assume something just by superficial glancing over things. And this is another example where zooming out allows us to get all sides of perspective. And, you know, it's the kind of thing where I'll be driving down the road and there'll be a homeless guy standing there, and people, like, you know, someone in my passenger seat will instantly judge that person and start talking smack. But really, you have no idea how that person was raised or what they were brought up or the conditions or anything like that. We can never put ourselves in someone's experience. All we can do is look at it through our own, you know, eyes and through our own experiences and try and empathize in a certain way. I'm getting off the rails here. The bottom line is, don't judge a book by its cover. And even in technical analysis, sometimes, you know, if you have a bull break, that's not, okay, I'm in the clear. If we have a bull break and we don't see follow through, then we have to look for the details that can tell us maybe it's not what it seems. It's not a bull break with strength behind it, and we might turn around real quick. So that's oftentimes a signal when we get either a clear support or a clear resistance breaking and a lack of follow through. That ends up oftentimes being a red flag to start looking in the other direction for some clues. So I appreciate you all tuning in. As always, the likes and the shares are great. Going to wait on this daily break, and I bet, let's say Friday. Friday is the most likely day, in my opinion, for this break. We'll see how it plays out. And again, watch that volume. The volume is going to mark when that break does happen. I appreciate you watching. I think I've said that 4 times now. You know I mean it. Have a great Wednesday.